Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Sarah. Again, thank you, Datin Lorera. Okay, so just quick introduction about KLOTH. So we are the accredited social enterprise. Since 2008 to 2013, we are all women-led organization. Nine of us very small. What we are focusing here is actually catalyzing circularity. What does that mean? Instead of make, take, and dispose. So we are trying to inculcate, giving education and awareness. How can you reuse, reduce, repurpose, and recycle your waste and make it into a new material? So we have this philosophy of 5R. So that is indicating the circularity. So it starts from rethink, reduce, reuse, repurpose, and recycle. Our business approach is very simple. We use SDG 17, Partnership for Goals, meaning to say for circularity, circular economy, you can't work alone. You work with various parties from the waste management, from the government agencies, from the media, from the NGOs, communities, schools, corporate citizens, like business practitioners like you guys. And so what is the impact? The waste is recycled into new products and resources with a higher material value and purpose. So we have a few brands here which you can be related to your business practices and also your supply chain. So when we first started 2018, we started in clothwear and cloth textile. And it didn't really take off really well. Because why? We're focusing on the product. We didn't focus on the problem. So in 2018, my co-founder and I, we reset, we re-strategized, basically detox everything. Everything starts with education. Everything starts with awareness. Nobody knows. Like people say it's great, it's a good material, it's coming from recycled material, but nobody knows where the plastic goes, what happened to the textile, like what is, the textile that you're wearing, who made it and everything. So we come out like with the cloth cares, that is our education and awareness. Cloth Woman Up is our extension brands, meaning to say some of the materials that we collected that can still be upcycled, repurposed. And the beauty of it, we engage with the ladies from the marginalized community. And these people are working from home. So we are able to give them additional income. Since 2020, they have not stopped working for us. Really, really good. So just to give you an overview, this is a problem that you must know, right? So the fashion industry by the numbers, right? More than 100 billion pieces of garments being produced annually. And what does that mean? So your fashion industry is actually 2.5 trillion industry. It's the second biggest polluter. And it contributes to 10% of our global carbon emissions. It's really, really bad. Why? I always mention this because your textile waste is actually a plastic waste. Why? The polymer to make your plastic bottle can be made into yarn and textile. Meaning to say, whenever it goes into the landfill, it takes 20 to 200 years to decompose depending on its structure and composition. But the good news is 95% of unwanted clothing can still be recycled. So cloth cares. Why you should care too? So globally, this is our consumption is predicted to rise by 63% by 2030, from 62 metric ton to 102 metric ton by 2030, which is equivalent to more than 500 billion pieces of new t-shirts. So imagine like now it's 100 billion pieces, we can't even cope with this amount of waste going to the landfill. Now it's going to 500 billion pieces of t-shirt, right? But in Malaysia alone, 3.1%, which is 432,000 tons of fabric waste that is found in a landfill. So whenever you throw, and then the truck gonna send to the landfill, it take during the decompositioning, the methane gas will release, and because of the dyes and chemicals that is used on the textile, it will cause leachates, and this leachate will go, during the decomposition, it goes into your wastewater. So that is affecting your, ecosystem. marine life and whatnot. Right, so this is, we created a KLOTH fabric recycling movement, and how can you join movement? You can, sponsor, you adopt the bin, you can, organize your own recycling drive, where, in a small community, like we take like a minimum 500 kilogram. We collect from the industrial as well, commercial. We do like education awareness through upcycling workshop using unwanted textile. So this is what we do. So whatever clothes that we get from our bins, from the community, we will sort and grade it and more 500 categories. So from reuse, repurpose, upcycle, we have fiber reclamation process, then we have donation pack, and the mechanical separation is done in India. It's a very, very big industry. And you will see on the top right, the very last mile, when you can no longer wear, you cannot do repurpose or reuse, we will send to a facility where it will be recycled as an alternative fuel to the cement clean industry. So instead of using coal, so you will use alternative fuel because of the calorific value. It's acceptable level. So what are the incoming for textile, right? So the shoes, the insole shoes, the rubber, it will be grounded, and it can become the running tracks and playground mats. We are also talking to few innovators, they shred fabrics and become tiles. And like, I think the ultimate goal would be converting textile to textile. But globally, that is like very, very like infancy stage, not even infancy. It's not even giving birth yet. It's only like 0.5%, nothing commercial. Right? Right. So, okay. So these are the things, like the beauty of it. Like people say like, okay, I've already donated, what can I do with it, right? So these are more activities beyond just recycling. So we take clothes or garments that is still good, good condition. We can upcycle. This is where we help our KLOTH Women Up ladies to generate their additional income. And it's really, really good because we didn't realize that these people need help. They can't go out. I wouldn't say they're stuck at home, but because of their personal challenges in life, they prefer to be within their community. They don't want to go out. It's hard for them to commit to 9-to-5 jobs. So, what we do, we have 5 small groups within Selangor, and we approach each group. So each group has a different set of skills that we give them. Okay, this project can give group A and B. So this project is, so since 2020, we have produced like more than 10,000 face masks. So that's where we started. It was really, really imperfect when we first started, but now everything has been like, we have developed more than 100 product types, right? And donate like more than 150,000 ringgit. And we have more than 30 ladies involved with, more than 30,000 products upcycle. Right, so these are some of the projects, corporate citizens, like some ideas, the old corporate uniforms that can turn into corporate merchandise. Coca-Cola is taking their old t-shirts and making into face masks. That is one of the early projects that we adopted. So IKEA supports social entrepreneurship programs. So they have drawstring pouch from their unused curtains from the warehouse. So this is from the Malaysia Orthopedic Association celebrating their 50th anniversary. So they brought our tote bag. So your tote bags today is made from KLOTH Women Up as well. So thank you so much for the support. So apart from this, right? Okay, so globally, more than 60% of our clothing made from synthetic fiber. And synthetic fiber can come from your plastic bottle. So what we take is we take the recycled plastic bottle, make it into yarn and textile, and into various applications. And we can make into textiles, not just t-shirts, we can make into lanyards, bags, towels, anything textile-based. So these are the things that, is evolving. And we believe that, we help the corporates, like, okay, say for Alliance. So they have used, say, 20,000 plastic bottles during events. So we help to recover, so we call it an offset. So we send to a licensed recycler where we know that they don't send to the landfill, but they will send to a recycler to recycle into flakes. And this is part of closing the loop, supporting circularity and making sure that, you know, okay, this t-shirt made from recycled plastic bottle and the plastic bottle that you recover from the landfill, I mean, from the staff, from the community, we make into a new product. Right. So this is to show, like, as a social enterprise, we have to prepare a social impact card report. So based from our fabric recycling movement, since 2018, we have collected over 6.7 million kilograms, actually. So if you put into visualizations, like 1 kilogram of t-shirt is equivalent to 6 pieces of t-shirt, so 6 times 4, sorry, I think it's not updated, 6 times 6 is 36 million, but then you talk about the landfill cost, right? Because our government spent 2.5 billion ringgit to pay the concessionaires to manage our waste. So these are the amount that we have saved from the landfill. So, yeah. So I think my time is up. I think I've already summarized this earlier on. Thank you so much.